should other countries follow the same principle that you're advocating for the United States or not?
You're implying they have the same values that we have. They don't have the same values that we have.
Often they have very bad values.
You asked the question. They don't have the same values
right.
that we have. So to
Sometimes
imply
they do, sometimes
a
they
lot,
don't.
a lot of them don't. And
Right.
and you're implying that they would have the same exact moral absolutes, to use a word we talked about earlier, as the United States of America. So I don't know what they're going to do. I can say this. The reason why terrorists...
If you think it's a valid principle, should other countries follow your example and your suggestion and follow that principle of bombing countries if they think something horrific is happening there?
If they had the same principles as us, they wouldn't be looking at America to bomb in the first place. And I'll leave it at that.
But it's
I got to run.
It's a different country. So
I understand that, but what I'm saying, I heard your question.
Okay.
What I'm saying
they
is,
use the same principle. I'm just trying to
that's
figure,
for them to decide.
Is it universalizable in philosophic terms? The principle. In other words, you think everybody should use it, all other countries should use it, or just we should use that principle and not them?
Again, I think it depends on the country and what their principles are. It depends on if you're doing it in a way which is aggressive to kill innocent people, or if you're using it in a way to protect and defend innocent people. A lot of the countries that may say they're going to take these same ideas that America has when going to war are using it not in a way that is to protect and defend, but it's a way of being an aggressor and to kill innocent people.
You wouldn't want them to follow the principle, really?
It depends on what country they are. I think if their principle...
You don't want all countries to follow this principle, just some countries.
If they think that we're a terrorist nation, they're going to follow whatever principles they want to. I don't think America's a terrorist nation.
Okay.
So to ask me to ask them to say, hey, are you going to believe in the same thing? And then I got to run.
Okay.
To ask them to believe, or for me to expect that all of them are going to treat us the same way that we treat them, or that they're a truly free nation where people can go to school, where women can work, where you can drive a car, where you're not stoned to death because someone rapes you, where you're not put in jail because you're a Christian, is an unrealistic question based on the premise that they believe in things are completely different than America.
I'm just trying to see if you thought that they should follow the same principle. But okay, here's the more important question. You're a constitutional guy. You believe in the Constitution and following the Constitution. So my question to you is liberating and protecting foreigners, for example, like we said we were doing in Iraq, or like you are suggesting we do in Syria, or there's a horrific situation, is that a proper function of the federal government to liberate or protect foreigners? Does the Constitution say anything about the federal government's responsibility to protect foreigners?
I think the Constitution of the United States makes it very clear that we're to protect and defend first and foremost the United States of America and our interests. I think our interests can also extend to freedom around the world and people that are being slaughtered. I will put it to you this way.
So, but does it say in the Constitution anything about that?
Okay, let me finish the...
okay, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I think first and foremost, the Constitution of the United States of America says that we are to protect and defend the United States of America, and I think it also includes our interests. I also think, looking at World War I...
Does it say anything about interest in the Constitution?
It talks about the interests of a free society. It talks about national security. It talks about...
It only says that in the common defense of the states.
Right.
In the common defense. In order to defend something, you have to be attacked.
Again, look at the Constitution when they were writing it and what they were talking about. Now, I go back to this. If we're defending America, and we know the world has changed, and we know that there are interests around the world of the United States of America, I think we have a right to protect and defend also those who cannot stand up for themselves when they are being brutalated. For example, a great thing is the last, and I'll say this, I gotta run.
Okay, but
Nazi Germany,
is it one of the enumerated powers?
Nazi Germany is an issue where I think it was right for America to step in and fight against the annihilation of people around the world, and I got to run.
But they declared war on us. The Nazis.